hear me? This is Snake. Naomi. I made it. I'm inside the Shadowkeep. Not the Shadow Moses, but the Shadowkeep. Can you hear me? Argon. Anybody? Can anybody hear me? All right, we're live. This will be a short live stream. It's not going to be a long live stream. It's going to be a short live stream. I just want to go ahead and play some Google Stadia from a Chrome browser, man. This is so awesome, bro. The ability to be able to play on your television in 4K HDR. The ability to play on your now Chrome browser from your low-end PC. All you're going to need, obviously, is just a 4K monitor. You get yourself a 4K monitor, and you can enjoy it, man. I mean, this is good. This is a good step forward. You know, this is what we want. And I think this is what we wanted from the beginning of... Here's the thing. If Google Stadia didn't hype this up, and this is why I blame Phil Harrison. If Phil Harrison didn't lie to us, if he didn't hype it up to the oblivion, I think if they were selling it as early access for holiday season 2019 November, I think there might have been a better reception if they were doing it like that. If they told us, hey, you know, this is going to be an early access for those of you who want to adapt early and be the early adopters. And for those of you who want to wait, you can wait till 2020, fourth quarter, 2020 or whatever. And then you can jump in and have all these features that are missing. You know, if they did it like that last year, last summer, if they advertised it like that, I think it would be a much better outcome than what it is right now. Okay, and I think that's one of the biggest mistakes. I think their marketing was, I don't know if I want to blame Phil Harrison, but I don't know who else to blame. He was the guy in charge. He was the guy pushing the whole thing, so he was the one to blame. However, it is what it is. You know, here we are now. We're in March. Things are looking up a little bit better. The 4K is now available on a Chrome browser. Now remember, you're going to have 4K monitor. You cannot play games from a Chrome browser without a 4K monitor. It uses a VP9, so you have your Chrome browser has to be updated to VP9. Okay, and then you got to have a 4K monitor that selected that 4K resolution, and then you click on the Chrome browser, and you're good to go, pretty much. You know. And it's very easy to check and see what you're running. You know, tells you right here, 4K, there it is. Excellent. When life gives you a good internet, go play. This also shows you how good my internet is. Not only am I live streaming in 4K, but I'm also streaming in 4K. I'm doing simultaneously two things at the same time. I'm streaming something in 4K from a cloud data center, and then I'm also live streaming it to YouTube as well. So that's, to me, that's a pretty big deal. I want to see how the multiplayer is when you have 4K implemented here with 4K live stream. So we'll see. We'll put my internet to test here with this live stream. Here we go. Hopefully it's not too loud. Put up here. There you go. That's better. Now I can use a mouse and keyboard. I think honestly mouse and keyboard is the best way to play this game. And maybe I should use a mouse and keyboard honestly. Let me see. No, there's no crossplay. Every version of a game has its own servers, so that means you cannot play with somebody on the PlayStation and the Xbox and PC. You can only play PC with a PC, and in this case Stadia with the Stadia servers. Okay, so these are like a dedicated Stadia servers that you can play on. So I hope that's what you mean, to my knowledge. So I'm using a mouse and keyboard. I gotta find another way out. I swear to God, I always get lost here on this level. Always, dude. Thing is this way. Here we go. So definitely mouse and keyboard, man. I highly recommend using a mouse and keyboard here. Definitely better, dude. And I think that's how you should play Destiny 2, with a mouse and keyboard. Here we go. Got him. What's up, David Cohen? How you doing, bro? What's happening, man? There's some guy over here called the Flashback or whatever. Flashback 1825 or FS-Back or FS-Back, my bad. Now you can also adjust. You can go to the settings and you can adjust sensitivity. You can go and put it down to 9 or 8. I would put it to 8. You see, now it's better. Now it's better. Definitely better. So sensitivity can be adjusted on the mouse, and I would highly recommend that you guys do that. It's just I'm not used to playing on a mouse and keyboard, so I can't really memorize what type of controls, which key goes where, you know. Where is this guy going? Hold on. Wait, FS back. It feels like a PC, honestly. It feels like you're playing a PC version on a 4K 60 with a high settings. I don't know how else to describe it to you. That's how it feels to me, at least. And remember, the key thing here is you can use a mouse and keyboard or a controller. So if you connect your low-end PC, you're like a desktop low-end PC, like the lowest of the lowest end, like the most cheapest PC, and you buy a 4K monitor and you connect it to that low-end PC and you switch to 4K resolution, all you gotta do is just go to your Chrome browser and have a good internet connection, and you can play directly from your Chrome browser. You can play this game in 4K without any high-end GPU, without any high-end CPU, without any high-end, whatever memory bus speed, and you can enjoy this. I think that's a pretty big deal. If you ask me, I think that's a pretty big deal, dude. People spend a lot of money just to be able to play Destiny 2. They buy these expensive graphics cards. PCs are expensive. I don't care what anybody says. I have 3 different PCs. PCs are super expensive, man. Okay, and who knows? There was a question. There's a question in the air. A lot of people are asking: is PC obsolete? Are PCs going to go obsolete with cloud gaming and the consoles? Because the consoles now, they have this equal power that mid-range or high-end PC has. Are the PCs going to be obsolete? I don't know. I don't think they're going to be obsolete. PCs is always going to be there. Remember, PCs are not just for gaming. PCs are personal computers. They're used for many different purposes. They're used for creating music, video editing, live streaming, etc., etc., etc. So personal computers will never die. Okay, personal computers will always be there. However, PC gaming, I don't know. I think it's not gonna die. I think it's gonna be here. It's gonna be here, but it's gonna be in a different fashion. It's gonna be in different form, I think. I don't think it's gonna die. So I don't agree with that statement. People are saying, oh, because we got Xbox and we got PlayStation 5, XSX, we got all this horsepower. We got the cloud gaming where you can play in 4K through stream cloud data centers from Google and Shadow. So no, I don't think PCs are dying. I don't think PC gaming will ever die. PC gaming will always be there. Consoles will die. Hardware console will die, but personal computers will always be there, dude, in some shape or form. They're always going to exist. So I wouldn't agree with that statement. Some people are saying that the PC gaming's gonna die. No, I don't think PC gaming's gonna die. This is just a bunch of fucking nonsense. But they're getting the argument is, some people are saying that it's getting close to mid-range PCs, like that the power that they're putting inside these consoles and the next generation consoles, it's pretty much getting to equal to a mid-range PC. And that's true. The consoles are getting a little bit even with mid-range PCs, and look what they're putting inside the consoles: solid state drive. Look at all the memory bus speed. No one can deny that that's not like a little mini PC tower. Make no mistake, consoles have turned into a PC. Actually, if anybody won this game, brother, let me turn the tables on you. It's PC. PC has manipulated consoles. PC has turned consoles from a reading disk into installing it on a hard drive and being prompted by internet and the account of that service to be prompted, for you to be prompted in order to play a game. So PCs have turned the tables on the consoles, honestly, man. So, you know, I think consoles are losing this battle because the consoles, this is the last of the consoles. I don't think we'll see any more consoles after this, in my opinion. I swear to you, I swear to God, PlayStation 5 and the XXX, that's the last of the Mohicans. I don't think you will see any more consoles. You will see redefined versions of it called, you know, X Pro or whatever, or PlayStation 5 Pro, or whatever the fuck they call it when they redesigned it. But in general, fucking consoles, they're over, dude. They got maybe 10 years left, maybe 9 to 10 years. And after that, dude, it's an end game for the console hardware. I'm just being genuinely honest here, dude. That's all she wrote for consoles. Especially with this technology, cloud gaming technology, consoles are gonna be dying off like a dinosaurs, man. So save your PlayStation 5, put it somewhere in a museum. Save your XSX, put it somewhere in a museum so you can sell it in the future. But that would be the last of the Mohicans, brother. What's up, Andre? How you doing? What's up, Alberto Madonna? Well, they're not going to change the DRM because, remember, the whole thing of... Look at the GeForce Now. What have we learned from GeForce Now? Publishers, developers are greedy. They want to control. The publishers, developers, they want to control their games. They hate piracy. They hate bootleg. And they know there's a lot of hackers out there. They know that there's a lot of shit going on out there in the world where people want to pirate and take shit for free and then sell it in the black market. Publishers want to control. And I don't blame them. They work hard. They should have a right to control their product. And what's the best way to control your product? Simple. Put that shit on the cloud. I mean, what better way, you tell me, what better way to control your product than to put it on the cloud? This is no-brainer. You don't have to be a brain scientist or brain surgeon, advanced brain surgeon to figure this shit out. This is as simple as day or night. Where's this guy going? What's up, Peroa? How you doing, man? So, in my opinion, by 2031, that's probably the most accurate prediction that I have ever made. By 2031, that's that. No more consoles, dude. No more hardware consoles. It's over. You ain't gonna see it, brother. Look at the clarity and the graphics, man. It just looks so much better when you're playing it in 4K. Where did this guy go? Hold on. I need to find this other guy. I'm using a mouse and keyboard, by the way. Doom Eternal, man. That's what I'm really waiting for, honestly. There's two reasons why I came back. You know, a lot of people are wondering, hey, dude, why did you come back? Why did you come back to Stadias? Why did I come back to Stadia? Well, there's two reasons why I came back to Stadia. Obviously, I showed you the video where I canceled it, where I lost it. I said, that's it, I'm done. I canceled it. The video is there where I show you that I canceled it. But people ask me, why did you come back? What made you come back? Two reasons. I swear to you, I have a feeling Google is watching me. Like Stadia, Google is watching me. Dude, I swear on my father's grave. When I swear on my father's grave, you know that's 100% truth. Because I would never say I swear on my father's grave unless it's 100% truth. I swear on my father's grave, Google Stadia is watching me. Secretly, they're watching me. What are the odds? As soon as I say, where are the games? Where are the games? I'm sick and tired. Where are the games? They made the announcement during my live stream. They said, there's 120 games coming. 120 games are coming. They announced it immediately, as soon as I said it. As soon as I complained. As soon as I complained, they said 120 games. What happened when I said I was gonna quit? And when I made a video that I canceled my subscription? What has happened when I canceled my subscription? What has happened? This has happened. 4K on a Chrome browser. So I know they're watching me. I know they're watching me. I just know it. But that's okay. But that's okay. I know they're watching me. $2025? No, I wouldn't say 2025. That's too early, dude. That is too early. I wouldn't say 2025. I would say 2031. I'm being reasonable because you have to remember there's two things going on. You have, first, they need to earn money from PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Once they make enough revenue by 2029, that's that. They're gonna do some smaller, slimmer versions of XSX. They're gonna do the same thing with the PlayStation 5 to cut the cost, and that'll be it. And then by 2030, they're gonna announce, hey, we're officially done. We had our 8-9 years run with the PlayStation 5 and the X Series X. We're switching now strictly cloud gaming in beginning of 2031. We'll still support some games that are available, but after the 2031, we will not support any more releases for physical media and physical consoles. That will be the end of that. So I'm telling you, 2031, brother. 2031. That's like really being reasonable. 2031. But look, I know they're watching me, dude. I know 100% that they're watching me. Because if they're not watching me, then why is it every single time I complain, they actually go out of their way to announce something. They make an announcement. All right, let me use a keyboard. I mean, not a keyboard. Let me use my controller right here. Here we go. There you go. You got 3 months free. Look, man, here's the thing, guys. If I wanted Stadia to fail, why would I purchase Google Stadia Pro? Why would I purchase Chromecast Ultra with a Stadia Pro Premium 3 months subscription? Why would I do that in November 21st? If I didn't care about Google Stadia, if I was a Google Stadia hater, from then I wouldn't have it in November last year, 21st. November 21st, the Stadia launched November 19th. I got my premium edition in 21st of November. So 3 days after the launch of a Stadia. But I do criticize Google Stadia because I criticize Phil Harrison for lying, and he should be held accountable for lying. If he wasn't lying, if he told the truth, if he said, hey guys, we're going to gradually release this. First in November, we're going to release it as an early access for those of you who want to adapt to early access. And then the fourth quarter, 2020, we'll give all these other options to, sign up for free, buy a premium subscription, give you the all these other features available on a Chrome browser. Okay? If he had done that, if Phil Harrison had actually done that, I'm telling you, it would be a totally different outcome. But what they did, they had a bad strategy, a really bad strategy, and they only got themselves to blame for this, for this kind of fuck up that happened, and they know it, They only have themselves to blame for this fuck up. don't think that, look, man, I said this before. Hold on. I don't think they're in business of giving up. I don't think they want to give up because they invested so much into Google Stadia. This is not going to be Google Car. This is not going to be Google Glass. This is not going to be one of those graveyards that you've seen in the past. I think they're really serious about this. Now they got that guy from Santa Monica. They got Jade Raymond. And Jade Raymond, she knows everybody at Ubisoft. She knows Phil Spencer. She knows all these high-end, top-notch developers. She knows Hideo Kojima. She's like a really good friend with Hideo Kojima as well. So that's a bonus. I don't think that that's a negative thing. That's a positive thing. She should be able to... She can... You never know, dude. Hideo Kojima, it's a freelancer right now. Hideo Kojima is not tied up to Sony. Okay? That contract has run out with the one game, the timed exclusive game. It had run out, okay? Hideo Kojima right now, he's a freelancer. He can pretty much bring his games anywhere he wants to bring it. He can bring Death Stranding to Google Stadia. What's going to stop him from bringing Death Stranding to Stadia? Nothing. He's a freelancer. So don't forget that, guys. You know. Yeah. Bro, no latency, man. 0. Look at this. Does this look like a latency to you, bro? Look at this. This is me using a mouse. And then this is me using a controller. 4K 60, bro. 0 latency. No issues, no problems. But you gotta remember something. If you got a crappy internet, and then you start complaining, hey, look at Google Stadia runs like shit. That's not Google Stadia's fault. That is your fault, cousin. Because you don't have a good internet. You got a low-end internet, like a very cheap, dirt cheap internet. That's not good for anything, except maybe just exchanging the email. Okay? So, latency will depend on your internet connection. This is cloud gaming. Yes, you can't have a shitty-ass internet connection. That should be loud and freaking clear to anybody out there. Okay? So, you will not gonna have any issues with latency, but you gotta have a good internet connection. You don't have to have a $300 freaking a month internet connection. You could have a $80 a month internet connection, but as long as it's a good stable internet connection. All right. So when it comes to latency, that's where it's gonna depend on there. All right. So what are we doing here? I forgot. I'm just chilling out here. Here we go. We got some we have some missions here we can take on, can we? No, I cannot take any of these missions. Let me exit. Hold on. Let me go to
you must die. Die well.
No, it is, bro. And look how beautiful it looks. Here, look at the mouse and keyboard. Look at this, bro. This is mouse and keyboard right now. Look how fast. This is 4K 60. Click on the YouTube and you will see 4K 60. I'm not pulling any tricks here. And then here, from the browser, check this out. This is a browser right here. There's a browser. Go back to the game. Back to the game. Look at this. 4K. There it is. 4K right there. I don't know where I'm at. I'm like somewhere in the moon. Just walking around. Just screwing around. I cannot partake any missions here because I don't have enough points. So I'm going to have to go somewhere else. Hold on. Open directory. Let's go to... Let's go over here, dude. What is this? I never been here. I want to go here. But I don't have enough points. I can't. Let me see. Let's do a competitive co-op. Let's launch. Here we go. What's up, Cameron D, CD? What's happening, CD? No, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty awesome that I'm doing this from a Chrome browser. I've tested a bunch of games. I've tested... people still don't believe me. I even uploaded 30 seconds capture videos directly from Chrome browser. Okay, without a capture card. And you see how good it looks without a capture card. You see how clean it looks. Check out those videos. People didn't believe me that the Shadow of the Tomb Raider is in the 4K. They didn't believe me that the Red Dead Redemption 2 was in 4K 60. They didn't believe me. Where's Digital Foundry? Digital Foundry, aren't you supposed to be... Hey, mates, aren't you supposed to be transparent? What happened to transparency, huh? Transparency got thrown out the window. I don't see any transparency. All you guys are talking about is graphics cards. Graphics cards. You guys are like a PC elitist. Just the graphics cards, graphics cards, graphics cards. Why don't you cover Google Stadia? Chrome browser. Why don't you do that test? Oh, I forgot. Richard, your company is biased against Google. Wow. There goes your transparency out the window. Yes, Serious Sam. They added Serious Sam. And then some more of those Steam Dig games, which are okay. But Serious Sam collection, it's pretty cool. Serious Sam is pretty cool, man. I'm just waiting for some more. I'm waiting for 2 more people, and then we're gonna join in the Guardians. They have Serious Sam, and they've got what's another? Some more add-ons. They got some more DLCs for Division. Not Division. The Division's coming, by the way. Should be coming this month, by the end of this month. And then they've got some DLCs for Destiny 2. There's some DLCs coming in, some add-ons and whatnot. They got some add-ons for Breakpoint and whatnot. But I'm just waiting now to get some people to join in. Will PlayStation now offer 4K 60 FPS one day? I don't know, dude. I think we need to keep an eye on PlayStation Now. The one good thing PlayStation Now has got going on for them is the hold on, there's nobody here. I need to find Nightfall. Let me launch this. Anybody? Come on, somebody play the game. Anybody? I'm looking for somebody to play. The one thing that PlayStation Now has got going on for them is the huge amount of games. One of the downsides to PlayStation Now is a really low bitrate and lower resolution. They need something above 1080p, above 720p. They need to really invest into giving us the. If PlayStation now becomes 4K 60 with HDR, that's, to me, that's like, forget the Amazon, forget everybody else. If Sony can bring 4K 60 with their games, then that's a big deal, dude. That's like, but I think the prices will go up. I think the prices will go up, and that's gonna suck. You know, that's gonna be another thing to consider. I don't think Sony is gonna give us the ability to play in 4K 60 with HDR if we're only paying $10 a month. They're gonna ask for more money, dude. All right, here we go. We're good to go. I'm going to try and use my mouse and keyboard. All right. There's my mouse. There's it right there. There's my mouse right here. And the keyboard. Let's see.
There's a lot to cover as your official operative in the strike against Brakazan, so we gotta get started. Item the first.
Strike's been started for a while.
Look how fast and smooth this is, bro, in 4K and 60. Look at this. It's like you're playing locally from a PC, bro. It feels like you're playing locally from a PC. I hope they can bump up Doom to 4K 30 or 4K. I think they should be able. Someone was telling me from last year, one of the guys who is doing podcasts on Sony, he was invited to Google last year, and the ID software and Bethesda to try out Doom Eternal on Google Stadia multiplayer. And the guy said that he was playing in 4K 60 with a mouse and keyboard and a controller in 4K 60 through Google Stadia data center. That's what he said. I can't remember the guy's name. He has glasses. He's always with Yoshida. He's like a Sony fanboy, and he does like a Sony podcast. I can't remember his name. But from last year, when they were having that GDC or whatever from last year, when they announced the Google Stadia, he said, it's still on his Twitter page, and I apologize for not remembering his name. But he said he tested it. He said back then it was running in 4K 60. And I think right now, I'm super confident that it's going to run in 4K 60, Google Stadia. I'm like super confident. Really, that's why they delayed the game, so they can work on it, make it better. And I'm super confident it's going to run 4K 60. Honestly, guys, I'm like super confident. But hey, I'll test it. We're getting so close. Guys, we're almost there. We're almost there. Can't wait to test it. I don't know. I haven't seen that info, Thomas. So I haven't checked it out yet. If Google Stadia officially say it, then I'll believe it. But Google Stadia has to officially say it in order for me to believe that, you know. Do you have a link for that so I can check it out? Do you have a link so I can look it up? Hold on, let me jump here.
Look at those falls, acting like they owe you. Take down that servitor, and they stop.
Well, because you're not sending me a link, Thomas. You're just talking. Send me a link, bro. You know, where's the link? I cannot just listen to hearsay. Send me a link. Let me read the link. Let me see what the source is. Is it directly from Bethesda? Because no one has made a video talking about it. So I don't know, dude. You tell me, Thomas. You know. Why would developers have a difficulty running Doom Eternal in 4K 60? They have the powerful data center with enough teraflops to handle the 4K 60. They shouldn't have a problem with that. You know, you got to remember, this is not limited. Cloud data center, they can do whatever they want to do. Google can give Bethesda as much resources as they need. Oh shit! Well, I still don't believe it, dude. I still don't believe it because I want to see it myself. Somebody revive me! Come on, dude. That makes no sense, Thomas. If a lousy Xbox One X can handle 4K 60, are you trying to tell me that the 10.4 teraflops, very powerful, more powerful than the Xbox One X data center, will have a difficult time? Are you trying to tell me that the developers of Bethesda, who are working, the ID software who's working on the Doom game, are you trying to tell me that they're going to have a difficult time utilizing the game that's running on Google Stadia's very powerful data centers powered by AMD RTX? You know, they're like equally as good as the not the RTX, the 5700 XT. Bro, they got 5700 XT GPUs equal to 5800 XT GPUs. 7nm GPUs. They got 10.4 teraflops. You think they're gonna have a difficult time running Doom in 4K 60? I don't think so, man. I don't think so, dude. I think they'll be able to run it. They might probably have a patch and update or something, but they'll be able to do it, man. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to do it, bro. I'm pretty sure. 1080p 60, I don't believe that shit, man. In 2020, no. If it's gonna be on Google Stadia, let me tell you, if it's gonna be 1080p 60 on Google Stadia, then it's gonna be 1080p on your PlayStation 4 Pro, then it's gonna be 1080p on your Xbox One X. So only the PC will be able to handle 4K 60. If that's the case, but you got to remember, this is a PC. All right, what you're looking at here, this is a PC. Google Stadia is a PC. Google Stadia has no limitations. And developers, that's the beauty about cloud gaming, is that there's no limitations to the power on what developers can achieve, because Google Stadia will give them enough power that they need to use it, to make it run in 4K and HDR. So I don't know. If that's true, then that's on Bethesda, which they have done in the past. To be fair, they have done that in the past with games like Rage 2. They released the Rage 2 1080p on the PlayStation 4 Pro, 1080p on the Xbox One X, and they failed to utilize the power from Xbox One X and PlayStation 4 Pro, which is true. They have done that in the past. Here, let me see it. All right, let's see. All right, so Doom Eternal, the Xbox One X will be upscaled to 4K from 1800p, 60 FPS, which is pretty good, and will also support HDR. Doom Eternal will upscale and checkerboard from 1440p to 4K with the HDR. And let's see Stadia. Doom Eternal on Stadia will run at 1080p 60 FPS on HD displays and upsample to 2160 from 1800p 60 FPS on 4K displays. It also supports HDR. Now hold on a second, Thomas. You see, this is what happens when you're not reading it properly, brother. All right, and people, you can click on this link. If you're running an HD monitor, it's going to run in 1080p. If you are running a 4K monitor, it's going to run an upscale from 1800p. That's a lot, bro. That's the same resolution you'll be getting from the Xbox One X. It's as equal to the Xbox One X, and it's going to be running to 4K at 60 FPS. So it's pretty much identical. The Stadia version, it's pretty much identical to Xbox One X version, dude. So I think you misread, Thomas. That's what happened, bro. It says, and I'll read it for you again. On HD displays, it'll run to 1080p. On 4K displays, it will run from 1800p to 4K. So it's going to be running 1800p source resolution. 1800p, that's nearly 4K, almost 4K, and it's going to be checkerboard to 2160p, or if you will, upscale to 2160p with 60 FPS. So it is running in 4K. So I don't know what you're talking about, brother. It's running in 4K, it's running in HDR, and it's going to have 60 FPS. So sorry, man, you were wrong in this one. But I think you got confused because you were only paying attention to what it says on the first sentence, okay? And I think you mixed up the 1800p with 1080p. I just read the link you gave me, bro. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to see a comment. Oh, I thought you said 1080p. You said 1800p. All right, so then, All right, so then what's the there's no problem then. Everything's good. So that's a good news, man. I thought you meant it's going to be running in 1080p in HD. I see, but you said 1800p. All right, so it's all good. My bad. I misread what you wrote. So that's great. That's a great news, man. So you don't need to use your Xbox One X. You can use Google Stadia and run exactly the same resolution, exactly the same frames per second in HDR. So that's a great news, man. Yeah. But that's a 4K. See, guys, do me a favor. All right, I want everybody to do me a favor. And I think this is where a lot of people, they lose themselves with these fucking numbers. Guys, 1800p, that's a fucking 4K. All right, get it to your fucking head. It's a fucking 4K. All right, I don't give a shit if it's not 2160p. It's near 4K. It's a high resolution. It is 4K. It's upscaled to 4K. It's a great resolution. So guys, checkerboarding, it's nearly equal to 4K. You're not going to see that much of a difference between native 4K and 1800p and 1900p, man. Those are the small little tiny numbers that you're not going to see them huge difference. It's 4K. It's 4K. I don't give a shit if it's 1800p, 1900p upscaled to 4K. It's still fucking 4K. So guys, just do yourself a favor and stop just, stroking each other on these fucking numbers. Because that's a small little minute tiny little thing. We're talking small little thing that you can't even tell with your own two retina eyes. And you're never going to be able to tell the difference, dude. I fucking guarantee you're never going to see a difference between 1900 fucking P and 2160p natively. I fucking guarantee you. You're never going to see the difference. So do yourself a favor, guys. Just, if it says 4K, it's fucking 4K. The only difference you're going to see when it says 33 million pixels, 8K from 1900p. Then we're talking big giant numbers of resolution. So it bothers the fuck out of me. I've been doing it for 6 years and people get so tangled up. They get so fucking tangled up with these stupid ass fucking numbers. They don't mean shit. Don't mean shit. It's 4K. It's fucking 4K. Get it? I've been doing this for 6 fucking years. It's 4K. And I see what you guys are doing. You get tangled up in these goddamn numbers. Minute, tiny little differences between 1900 and 2160p. You will never see a difference. I fucking guarantee you. Between 1900p and 2160p. I'll put you with 2 exact 65-inch televisions. One it's running 1900p. The other's running natively 2160p. And I guarantee you, you will not see a difference. Why you won't see a difference? It's a small little count measurement gap between the pixels. Your eyes cannot detect that. But see, this is also the fault of these companies. Yes, they're giving all this geek tech stuff for you to read it, but this is where people get they get tangled up. They get lost in that whole gimmickry of oh, wait a minute, this game, it's running in 1600. This is why I hate Digital Foundry. This is why I don't fucking like Digital Foundry. This is why I unsubscribe from Digital Foundry, because of that fucking reason. They're exploiting these numbers for the views. Okay? Oh! What was it? The one game they were saying. This one game, it's running in 1600p on the Xbox One X. And on the PlayStation 4 Pro, it's running at the 1440p. Like you're going to see like some kind of drastic difference between a 1440p and 1600p. Like you're going to see like a major drastic difference. Or you have, for example, here's another good example. Digital Foundry will try to convince you that, hey, this game it's running in 1600p source upscaled to 4K, and this other game it's running at 1800p source upscaled. And you're going to tell a difference between 1600, 1800. Guys, you got to remember something. When it comes to pixels, it has to be a huge ratio of pixels in order for you to see that difference. It cannot be a small little tiny gap of pixels for your 2 retina eyes to see that. And it frustrates me. You know why this pisses me off? Why I get so fucking upset and it frustrates the fuck out of me? Because I've seen this shit for 6 years. That I've been doing this. For 6 fucking years, people are always tangled up with these stupid numbers. People always get fucking tangled up with these goddamn numbers. And these numbers don't mean shit. Why? Because they're not drastic difference numbers. Now, when we're talking 8K, 33 million pixels versus 8.3 million pixels natively, guess what? That's a big difference. When you have 33 goddamn million pixels versus 8.3 million pixels, yes, there's going to be a goddamn big fucking difference. But these small little minute numbers don't mean shit. Don't mean shit. Really. Unless you want to be like a digital foundry, to use that stupid magnifying glass the digital foundry always does, to fucking zoom in to show you, oh, see? It's a little bit softer here. Yeah, like I'm sitting from 7 feet away on my 65-inch TV, like I'm going to see that difference. Sitting 7 feet away, I'm going to see that difference. So this is why I fucking hate Digital Foundry, for that fucking reason. Seriously, I do. And this is why I stopped watching them. I don't watch them anymore. I'm unsubscribed from them a long time ago because of that bullshit that they do. They're exploiting the fucking numbers to get people to talk. You see, my Xbox is more powerful. My Xbox has 12 teraflops. Your only has 10 teraflops. Oh yeah, really? Is there going to be a big giant difference between 12 teraflops and 10 teraflops? I don't fucking think so. How do I know this? Because I have PCs, I have GPUs, I have Titans, I have fucking graphics cards. I know there's not a major goddamn difference between 10 fucking teraflops and 12 fucking teraflops. Alright? Either be smart and learn something and know how fucking works instead of just being a goddamn, fucking fanboys. And you know what? Fuck Digital Foundry. Fuck them. They're exploiting the fanboys for their own fucking gain to make the fucking money. Fuck them. Fuck you, Digital Foundry. How about that? You know what I mean, dude? It's like, it's stupid. And it pisses the fuck out of me because it's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking dumb. But you guys don't realize how dumb it is. Because you can't see yourself looking outside yourself to see, hey, we're jerking each other off because of a lousy difference between extra 2 teraflops. Like the extra 2 teraflops going to make your Cyberpunk run better than the PlayStation 4, than PlayStation 5 version? No, it's going to run equally same. It's going to run equally same. Why? Because developers are not going to utilize that extra 2 teraflop specifically for PlayStation 5 or specifically for Xbox Series X. Okay, guys? This whole bullshit talk about teraflops, this whole bullshit talk about this game, it's running at 1600p, this one's running at 1800p, like you're going to tell the difference. I've done those videos in the past, guys. I have done those videos in the past. I can't tell a goddamn difference between 1600p and 1800p. I can't tell a difference between 1700p and 1900p. I just can't see it. Unless I use a software like Digital Foundry to magnify it 100 times zoom to see some soft imagery. Sorry, but this just pisses me off, dude. This kind of fucking shit pisses me off, dude. And I see this shit all the time. People making these stupid ass bullshit fucking YouTube videos. Oh, my Xbox One X version, it's a 1900p. Yours is only 1600p. Yours sucks. No, it doesn't suck. It's the same fucking thing. Pretty much the same fucking thing. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stop in the middle of the fucking game? You're gonna stop in the middle of the fucking game to zoom it in? To see that little tiny soft image? I don't think so. Guys. That's why they're still struggling to make 1 million subscribers. Because people are getting fed up with their, jerky, freaking circle jerk, stupid, zoom in, magnifying glass crap, Even on the recent video, someone told me on their recent video, oh, that new Halo Combat Evolved, it's not up to the par on how it should look on the PC. Well, how should game look that's 20 years freaking old on a PC? You fucking tell me. It's a port. It's not a remaster. Digital Foundry, it's a goddamn port. It's not a goddamn remaster. So how do you want it to look? They're not, Bungie is not working on Halo Combat Evolved. They're not remastering the goddamn game. They're not recreating the new Halo Combat Evolved for this generation. It's a damn port. What do you expect Halo Combat Evolved to look on the PC? No, you tell me, Digital Foundry, what is your expectations on how it should look on the PC? You know what I mean, guys? It's just kind of bullshit, man. You know? Pisses me off, man. It really does pisses me off, dude. That's why I stopped watching Digital Foundry, because of that same bullshit that they're implementing, shoving down people's throat. You shouldn't play PlayStation 4 Pro Red Dead Redemption 2 because it is only 1440p. You shouldn't. You shouldn't, because there's a drastic difference. Granted, when you're running something natively on the Xbox One X, it's going to look sharper. But still, it's not going to be like a drastic difference between the two versions. Same thing with the Wolfenstein Youngblood. It's running at the 1900p on the Xbox One X. And it's running at the 1440p on the PlayStation 4 Pro. As if you're going to see like a drastic difference between the two games, man. You're not going to see that drastic difference, man. You know. It's 4K. It's still 4K, but it's using a lower output resolution. But it's not like a drastic difference. This is what I'm trying to tell people. You're not going to see a drastic difference between 2K and 4K. Or how about 2.5K versus 4K? You're not going to see a drastic difference. I promise you. I promise you. The only difference you're going to see is between, on the big giant screen, between 4K and 8K natively. When you put on the big giant 110-inch screen, go into Magnolia or somewhere where they have 110-inch 8K screen with 33 million pixels. Watch the same footage of something running in 4K on that 110-inch, and then watch the same footage of that same footage running on 110-inch in native 8K. You're going to see a drastic difference between 8.3 and then 33 million pixels. That's 33 million pixels on top of 8.3. Now we're talking drastic difference. You know, 500 pixels up and down. Really, let's dive into the nitty and fucking gritty here, since we're talking about this bullshit. Are you trying to tell me, and I'm talking about these fanboys, these circle jerks are stroking each other's cock all the time with a green flag, blue flag, red flag, or whatever the fuck, okay? Are you trying to tell me that you're going to see a difference between an extra 400 pixels minus 300 pixels? Are you trying to tell me you'll see that difference between 400 pixels extra and then minus 300 pixels below, down? You're not going to see a difference between something that has an extra 400 pixels and something that doesn't have that extra 400 pixels. You're not going to see that much difference. You're not going to see it. Just because you add an extra 400 pixels doesn't mean that you're going to see that difference. Yes, it's going to look a little bit sharper on some areas, but your retina eyes sitting 6.5 to 7 feet away are not going to see that difference. They're not going to see that difference. The only way you can see that difference between 1600p and 1900p is if you have a software that can zoom in that image, like Digital Foundry is doing, where they can zoom in that image, and then you can look at the image and you can say, you see, textures are a little bit softer here because we don't have that extra, 400 pixels. We don't have that extra 400 pixels to sharpen up a little bit. That's like the only way you can tell a difference. All right? But you sitting 6 feet away from your television or 7 feet away, you won't be able to tell that difference, man. All right? And that's my whole point here I'm trying to come across, man. That's my whole point here, guys. I'm trying to come across. Unless we're talking drastic pixels resolution. How about this? How about 64 million pixels versus 8.3 million pixels. Fucking A. You're going to see a drastic difference there. But guess what? It has to be in a big giant screen, like an IMAX screen or something, so you can see it like on a 400-inch screen, so you can see that 64 million pixels natively. Okay? So, I'm sorry, guys, but it pisses me off sometimes when I see this kind of shit, all these numbers. It's a 4K. It's either running in 4K or it's not running in 4K. How could you tell if it's not running in 4K? If the output source resolution it's only 1080p, then we know it's only running in 1080p. That's that. That's where it ends. If it's 1440p, well, guess what? It's not 1080p, it's 1440p, and it's being upscaled and checkerboard to 4K. So we're still getting a better solution than what we have with just a plain simple 1080p. Okay, we're still adding a little more extra pixels, and we're upscaling those pixels to 4K. We're checkerboarding them, which is even better. So every 3D element in the game will be checkerboard and will look much better. All right? So that's why this stuff kind of drives me crazy, dude. It really drives me fucking crazy. And Digital Foundry, that's why I don't watch them anymore. Because of that reason. Because of that reason, dude. Because of that bullshit that they put out there. With every video, they're trying to tell you that Resident Evil 3 will look better on the Xbox One X than on the PlayStation 4 Pro. That somehow, you're going to benefit better on the Xbox One X. No, you're not going to benefit better. You're going to be running the exact same frame rate. Okay, so if you drop a few frame rates, really? It's not a steady 60. Okay, let's say PlayStation 4 Pro drops between 30 to 27 to 28 frames per second. Are you trying to tell me once in a while, because of that extra frames that it drops down once in a while, that you're not going to purchase the PlayStation 4 Pro version? You're going to go with the Xbox One X version? Just because of those extra 2-3 frame rates, you're going to spend $500 because of those 2-3 extra frame rates that your freaking eyes will not notice. You see what Digital Foundry is doing? That's what they're doing. They're picking nitty and gritty on this bullshit. They're exploiting all this other crap so they can gain the views. And people like the sheeps that they are, like the bunch of sheeps and cattles that they are, they're going to go ahead and going to buy into that shit. Because I'm a fanboy. You see, I told you. My green Xbox is better than your blue. This is why I fucking hate fanboys. It's the fucking cancer. And these companies are using the fanboys. They're exploiting the fanboys, like Digital Foundry, to gain and reach 1 million subscribers. So that's why I don't watch you, Digital Foundry. I don't watch you. I don't care about that company. I don't care about watching them. I unsubscribed last year, long fucking time ago, from Digital Foundry. Nor do I give a shit about what they say. And that's what I got to say about that. I'm going to drop the fucking microphone. There it is. Let's go. It's a bunch of virgin jerking off the TF. That's funny, man. What's up, Quicksilver? How you doing, man? My chopper? I'm in my chopper, my man cave chopper. Exactly, B7. No one's gonna notice the damn frame rate, you know. Exactly, Thomas, you know. And that's why that stuff kind of ticks me off, man, because I see it all the time. People out there just, you know, stroking each other. Mine's an extra inch longer than yours. Mine's a little extra inch thicker than yours. But they both have the same performance. They both make the same pleasure. And they both shoot the same fucking load. Am I fucking missing something here? You know. But Fanboys are going to look for that shit. Fanboys, they're going to look for that. They're going to look for that little tiny thing. And Digital Foundry, they love to exploit. They love to exploit that shit. Why? Because they want to make money. Why? Because they want to reach 1 million subscribers. Okay? They're using the fanboys from both sides of the aisle. From Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, and Nintendo. They're using the fanboys to exploit them so they can get that click revenue. Even if this game, let's look at this game for example. Even if this game, it's running at, let's say, 40 megabits per second. Okay, let's say 40 megabits per second bitrate, which is a pretty good bitrate, 40 megabits per second. Let's say, okay, this game, it's 1440p, upscale to 4K. Look how good it looks. Are you trying to tell me that you're going to see some kind of drastic difference between this and then this game running natively in 4K? Are you going to see that drastic difference? No, you're not going to see that drastic difference. Even right now, you probably can tell, I can't believe that this is 1440p, source resolution, upscaled to 4K. Yes, it is. Upscaled to 4K, but it looks so goddamn good you can't tell a difference. Why? Because it's reaching 8.3 million pixels. The 1440p outsource resolution, it's traveling to fill in every and each of 8.3 million pixels on the screen. I remember somebody was saying, hey, Xbox One X is going to destroy PlayStation 4 Pro. And I'm like, how? How are they going to destroy PlayStation 4 Pro? PlayStation 4 Pro did better than ever since 2016. And they did it with the checkerboarding method. They didn't even use the native 4K method. They used the checkerboarding method, and they still beat the hell out of Xbox One X. Yet, Xbox One X has more teraflops. Yet, Xbox One X is running more game in native 4K. But what did it change? It didn't change anything. PlayStation 4 Pro still kicked ass with the amazing Spider-Man, with God of War. It looked fantastic in 4K. It looks fantastic in HDR. So it's not all about the horsepower, guys. It's not all about the numbers and resolution. Okay? And I think majority gets caught up in that shit. Majority of people get caught up in that crap. And I see it every day. I've been doing this for 6 years, man. That's why it pisses me off. Because I see it all the time. People get caught up in that net of checkerboarding and dynamic resolution, native source resolution versus the outsourced checkerboard resolution. They get tangled up in that crap. Numbers of ones and zeros. And the biggest problem is they know they can't tell a difference. They know they can't tell a difference, but they're still willing to use that as an excuse to say, you see, yes, you're playing Google Stadia, but you're playing Google Stadia 1440p. 1440p upscaled to 4K. Yet he doesn't understand that, yes, I'm playing this 1440p upscaled to 4K, but guess what? It's encoded to high bitrate. Have you tried watching a movie at 60 megabits per second or 40 megabits per second bitrate? Have you tried watching a movie in 100 megabits per second? 100 megabits. This is 100 megabits per second. Brought to you by Cloud Data Center. But Digital Foundry doesn't want to say that. Yes, if you don't have any data caps, then you're going to be screwed. Your bill, your internet bill is going to go fucking skyrocketing. But they don't talk about that. They don't talk about how important that 100 megabits per second bitrate is. Try go watch a movie that's in 100 megabits per second, and you'll see how sharp, Gillette sharp, even 1080p movie is going to look. Hold on. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, Quicksilver. It's the magnifying glass difference. Okay, so you want to show me these textures, but I gotta use a magnifying glass. Hold on, are you trying to tell me that when I'm sitting 7 feet away from my television, I need to use a Hubble telescope to see that goddamn difference? That's what Digital Foundry is telling me. I have to use a Hubble telescope 7 feet away from my television, seriously, to see that difference. Here, let us zoom in with our Hubble telescope. Our Hubble telescope, so we can show you what you're missing here. You see this little tiny detail here? You're missing it. See this little puddle here? This little pyramid? You see these pyramids? 1, 2, 3, 4. See, these pyramids, when you zoom in, they look a bit crooked. But you gotta have a Hubble telescope to see how crooked those pyramids are right here on the goddamn floor. Okay? They look like a Giza pyramids, don't they? They do look like a Giza pyramids. That's my point. That's why I don't watch Digital Foundry anymore. That's why I don't bother watching their crap anymore. Because of this kind of bullshit. They're exploiting this crap. No one's gonna care. Are you gonna care when you playing this game? You're gonna hold on. Stop. Everybody, stop shooting. Stop. I need to get my Hubble telescope 7 feet away. I need to check these pyramids here. I need to make sure that they're sharp and they're not soft. That's Digital Foundry for you. And because of that, you're going to say, well, I cannot play the Stadia version. I need to go with the PC version. Because Digital Foundry said so. Digital Foundry, in their nice little tone of voice, okay, they're going to tell you, okay, so you need to go and go check out that no, fuck that, the nice little tone of voice shit, Richard. That shit doesn't work on me. Okay, it might work on your sheeps who follow you, but not on me. Okay, majority of fucking people don't care. They don't give a shit about these tiny little damn differences. They don't care about these little tiny differences. Who cares? Fanboys, PC elitists, Xbox fanboys, PlayStation fanboys. The worst of the worst. That's who fucking cares. And who do you have on your toxic comments? Fanboys. Check your comments, Digital Foundry. It's a fucking toxic cancer. Forget Corona. The comment sections of Digital Foundry will fucking eat Corona for lunch, for dinner, and fucking breakfast. Digital Foundry, my ass. Fuck out of here, man. Can't be nice about that shit, man. You know? That's why I get so agitated. I get so fucking pissed when I see that shit. That's why I can't go, man. I can't go to these forums. These shitty ass fucking forums, the cancerous, toxic shit forums, watching that crap. Now, speaking of Digital Foundry, hold on. Here, Digital Foundry, I got something for you. Hold on. Let me exit this game. Hold on. Let me just exit this game. I want to show something to Digital Foundry. Here, Digital Foundry. Let me show you something. Hey, Digital Foundry, here. Where's Digital Foundry? I want to see if they can see a difference here. Hold on. Hey, Digital Foundry. Here we go, in a 4K. I captured this shit in 4K. Okay, so here we go. What's Digital Foundry is going to do? Digital Foundry is going to go ahead. They're going to use their magnifying Hubble telescope, magnifying glass, and they're going to zoom in on the State Farm. We have seen a thing or two. State Farm. Digital Foundry have seen a thing or two on the goddamn State Farm because they got a Hubble telescope to show me the damn difference between a little soft imagery between a sharper imagery. Yeah, use a Hubble telescope. Use a goddamn Hubble telescope. Digital Foundry, Richard. Go zoom in on that State Farm. Show me how much I'm missing. You know what, Richard? You're right. Richard, you're absolutely right. I rest my case. That State Farm looks too soft. It doesn't look Gillette sharp. And I agree. I should have stick with the Xbox One X version. What was I thinking? I know I wasn't thinking because I wasn't watching Digital Foundry, Hubble Telescope. That's why I shouldn't have purchased this NBA 2K version of Stadia, which I paid only $25 for it. I'm sorry, guys, but you know what, man? You see, this is what happens because I have this little red button. You know, there's a little red button here. When something ticks me off, that's it, dude. It's like, you watch out, bro. I'm shredding everything in pieces. I'm like a shredding machine. And that's what happens here. Because of here we go. Here, let me read this for you. Let's read this. Hold on. Let's read this. Hold on. Where was it? Right here. Where's the Xbox One X of Doom Eternal? Oh, look at this. Doom Eternal, Xbox One X, which cost $500 or $450, whatever, which you have to pay money for. Xbox One X version of Doom Eternal will upsample to 4K 2160p from 1800p 60 FPS, and it will also support HDR. Let's go check out Google Stadia. Let's check out Stadia's, because according to Digital Foundry, Stadia is going to have a difficult time running Doom Eternal. Let's go to Stadia's. Where's Stadia? Doom Eternal on Stadia will run at 1080p 60 FPS on HD displays if you have a high definition display. Same thing will happen with your Xbox One X when you connect it to a HD display. Okay. But if you have a 4K display, it's going to upsample to 2160p from 1800p on 4K displays, and it's also going to support HDR. So what's the difference? I ask you, Digital Foundry, what is the difference between the Xbox One X version and the Stadia version? There's no difference. The only major difference is that on Google Stadia, I don't have to make an extra space, make an extra storage space to download Doom Eternal, which is going to take two and a half freaking hours on additional updates. Okay? So, guess what? Come midnight, I don't have to wait for the damn game to download. I don't have to wait for the damn game to install. And I definitely don't have to make an extra storage space. And above all, I don't have to wait for Bethesda to update and download some more updates. So I'm going to spend between midnight and 2 in the morning just updating the game. While on Google Stadia, I'm already 2 hours into the game, already playing it in 4K and HDR. While you're still waiting for the updates, while you're still waiting for the downloads on your Xbox One X. So where I'm going to play it? I'm going to play it on Google Stadia, where everything's done for me. Everything's already updated for me. Everything's already there. Click of a button. Boom. That's the difference. But but Digital Foundry, you're not going to talk about that. Young, yeah, you're not going to talk about that. What's the other guy living in Texas? Not going to talk about that. Dreamcast guy, you're not going to talk about that. Inside Gaming, you're not going to talk about that. Are you going to talk about it? No. You're not going to talk about that because it doesn't fit your narrative. It doesn't fit your narrative, your script. It goes against your script. There, I just laid it out for you. The difference. So where I'm going to play Doom Eternal. Oh! Guess what? Xbox One X. I can play it on my PC through my browser with mouse and keyboard. And then I can continue where I left off in my room in 4K and HDR with a controller. Oh, yeah. And then if I want to, I can take it with me and play it on my Note 10 Plus with the Xbox One X controller. And play it wherever. Somewhere out there in a hotel or whatever the fuck I am at. I can take that experience with me. Okay? So that's the difference. That's the potential of Google Stadia. That's the potential that people are not seeing of cloud gaming. That's the benefit. That's why you're paying that price. That's why you're paying that $63, because of that convenience. You don't have a convenience buying a game on a console. I'm not going to carry my console with me. I'm not going to carry my hard drive with me. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to carry my 511 backpack with me everywhere I freaking go. I don't have to do that with a Google Stadia. But I know you're going to say, but you got to have an internet. Well, guess what, cousin? In order for you to play your Xbox One X, you got to have internet too. In order for you to play your PlayStation 4 Pro, you got to have internet. In order for you to play your Nintendo Switch, you got to have access to internet, because they have to verify to make sure that it is you, that is your account, that it's not somebody else's account, that you are the one who's actually playing that game. It has to prompt you to find out that it's you. So you still need internet, cousin. Now, I'm not shitting on the consoles. You know I have a console, but I'm simply giving you guys one example here that it bothers me that there's so many people out there not talking about this. Fine, listen, you're not a fan of Google. Fine, we fucking get it. But even if you're not a fan of Google, could you at least give one positive, one brink of positive to say, hey, you know what, man? I'm not a fan of Google, and I'm never going to be a fan of Google, but at least I can respect the fact that they have a convenience. Convenience of not spending $500, $600 on a damn console. Convenience of being able to play their games in 4K and HDR and take that experience with you everywhere you go. The ability to play the games in the 4K Chrome browser, okay, which you can do anywhere else except Google Stadia. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but the reason I'm relevant, because I'm tackling all of these issues that people are not talking about. And that's what makes me relevant. And that's why you come to my channel. That's why you want to hear what I have to say, because I'm unbiased. I'm probably the only geezer on this planet of 7.4 billion people that is unbiased and is trying to give you a transparent look on everything. But I do it with no hold barrels. I do it without any hair on my thumb. I don't care if I'm politically correct or not politically correct. I'm off the cuff. I say it to you the way it is. And I analyze it the way it is. The way it should be analyzed. Truthfully and honestly. But that's just me. That's just me. But here, let's look at some more stuff here. Hold on. Here, let's see. This is in 4K also. I took this capture. Now look at that. Google Stadia. Digital Foundry, Richard. Why don't you... Hey, you know what, Richard? I'll send you this to your Dropbox. Really, I'm going to send you this, and you can examine it. You can use your Hubble telescope, and you can use the magnifying glass of your Hubble telescope, Digital Foundry, and then you can examine this photo. You want me to show you this photo as well? Here, I'll show you this photo too. Here. It's in 4K. There you go. You can examine it if you want to all day long. Examine the photo. Please do. For the love of God, please do. Please do. Please do. Here, you want this photo? There you go. 4K. From a cloud data center. Mind me. You can examine this photo too. Hold on, let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, Dreamcast guy. The guy, forget about him, dude. And you know what, dude? If you're going to call yourself a Dreamcast guy, why don't you play some Dreamcast games? Why aren't you playing Crazy Taxi? Why aren't you playing D2? Why aren't you playing Virtual Fighter? Why aren't you playing Dolphin, the Echo? Why aren't you playing these games? If I'm Dreamcast guy, guess what? I'll just play a bunch of Sega Dreamcast games. Non-stop. Non-freaking stop. Me too, man. I'm looking forward to Doom Eternal. Sorry, guys, but sometimes this shit pisses me off, dude. And I have to just... I just have no hair on my thumb. I have no freak. I'm off the cuff. I just call it the way it is, man. Because I don't know how else to call it for you except dissect it and analyze it for what it is. I mean, look at this. This is not from your Xbox One X. Now, if I showed you this photo, you're probably going to say, this has to be Xbox One X or a PC. It has to be Xbox One X or a PC. This guy's lying. This is not from Google Stadia. I captured this directly from Google Stadia Chrome browser, where I don't have to spend $300, $400 on an Elgato expensive capture card. Capiche? I don't have to spend $200, $300 on a 4K capture card. I can do it directly from a Chrome browser, and in the future I'll be able to live stream in 4K directly from Google Stadia to my YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel is already linked with Google Stadia, but no one talks about this. Everybody's being quiet about this, maybe because they're haters. Of course, Project Storm, I'll be streaming Doom Eternal on the March 20th, dude. I can't wait. Directly 4K 60 from Google Stadia. And I'll be streaming it from a browser. Directly from a browser in 4K. Oh, here, how about this? How about... No. How about this? Wait a minute. How about this? Check this out. This is in 4K. Hey, here you go. Richard, why don't you go check this video out? Why don't you go check it out? Examine this video. I'll send you the raw copy. Richard, I will send you the raw copy of this. I will send you the raw copy of this. VP9 raw copy. This 30 seconds is 400 megabytes. Yes, because it's running at the very high megabits per second bitrate. Oh, look at that. Oh, you want me to show it to you again? Here. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Hey, Digital Foundry, you have my permission. Digital Foundry, I will not claim a copyright. You can use this video. You can use this video. I will not claim any copyright infringement. You have my permission. Richard, use this video. Use it any day you want. Cut this section from this live stream. Use this video and go ahead. You got my permission, mate. Here, examine this video. Or I'll send you the raw copy and you can look at the raw copy. Or better yet, Digital Foundry, why don't you use your Chrome browser and your 4K monitor and capture this from Google Stadia. And then analyze it. You know? There you go. Or where's the other photo that I have? Oh, what was it? It's right here. Oh yeah, there's that video right here. I remember this one. This one is in 4K too as well. There he is. Look at this. Hold on. It's loading because it's a big file. It's a goddamn big file. Hold on a second. It's having a difficult time now. See, this is Richard trying to screw it up for me. Oh, here we go. Rich is pissed off now. He's trying to disrupt the stream. It's like, mate, you bollocks. Hold on. Here, let's do it again. Hold on. There we go. 4K. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, man. Look at that, bro. 4K. From my browser. You know? And then people want to talk shit about me. You can't talk shit about me because I have credibility. Every video I made. How many videos I have so far? Nothing but credibility. Covering positives and negatives. I don't delete anything. That's why I have people ask me, why do you have so many videos? People ask me, why do you have 5,000 videos? Close to 5,000 videos. Because I don't delete anything. It's all for you to see in public records. It's all for you to examine and analyze and see and make your own judgment. Hey, Clive! Welcome. Thank you, Clive. Finally. Thank you, Clive. Please. Dude, I was waiting for somebody. I was like, Clive is here to save me. You know what? It just blows my mind. Guys, it blows my mind that even today, it's been 3 months. 3 months, big deal. Only 3 months since November 19th, launch of Google Stadia. Even now, after everything, they still can't give any positive feedback. 4K, it's a big fucking deal. Streaming these high-end games with high and ultra textures from your Chrome browser on a low-end PC without any necessity for a high-end GPU or high-end CPU or high-end memory, to be able to record and upload and play these games in 4K, it's a pretty fucking big deal. And Google's the only company that's doing it. Nobody else is doing it. Who else is doing it? Who? Digital Foundry? Oh yeah, I'm sure they're doing it. $4K. Well, there they are, man. There you have it. Here, I'll show you some. I'll show you better footage here. Why don't I show you this? Here, let me show you. Here. Check it out, man. Look at this. Look at the textures. Here you go. Why don't you use your Hubble telescope, Richard, from Digital Foundry. Use the Hubble telescope and examine. Here you go. I'll send you this. I'll send you this photo from Chrome. This is from Chrome browser. Chrome browser. Not even Chromecast Ultra. Not even Chromecast freaking Ultra. This is from a browser. Chrome browser in 4K. Look at the detail. No, look at it. Oh, you want something better? Yeah, I'll get something better for you. Here. Forget this. Yeah, I'll get something better for you. Don't worry. I'll show you. Here. Fine. Look at all this shit that I have. Here. I'll show you too. It's right over here. Hold on. Don't worry. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Here. Where was it? No, there's a better photo I want to show you. There's a really good photo I want to show you guys. Here. Check this out. Oh, look at that. Why don't you examine that? Yeah, Final Fantasy is running a very VHS quality. Final Fantasy, it's running in a VHS quality. Terrible VHS quality. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Whatever you say, digital Hubble telescope foundry. Look at this. Look at these photos, man. Come on, man. Here, let me show you my favorite. I'll show you my favorite right now. I want you guys to see my favorite photo. I'll show you right now. Forget about this. I want to show you one of my favorites. Here, I'll show you in a minute. Here. This is one of my favorites right here. In 4K. Why don't you examine that? Or better yet, why don't you examine this one? Why don't you examine this photo? Because this photo just looks terrible. Terrible. How about this photo right here? This is an HDR. But, I cannot show you the HDR. This photo was taken with HDR compression. That's why it looks like this. That's why it's so bright. That's why you see so much peak brightness, because it was taken in HDR. But look at the textures. Look at the hairworks. How does this work? You have to currently, if you have a Chromecast Ultra, you can purchase $10 a month, 3 months Pro subscription. If you have a Chromecast Ultra. If you don't have a Chromecast Ultra, then you have to purchase their bundle, which is a Google Stadia Pro premium bundle. You have to purchase their bundle. That's like the only way you can get it. But remember, if you have Chromecast Ultra, you still need to purchase their controller. You still have to buy their controller. Okay? Because if you want to play in 4K and HDR, you got to use their Wi-Fi controller. In the future, they're going to make a Bluetooth controllers where you don't have to have connection through Google Home Wi-Fi. All right? But currently, right now, you got to use their controller if you want to play on a television in 4K. I mean, look at this. Look at this quality right here, dude. Hey, Digital Foundry, why don't you take a look at this? From a Chrome browser. From a Chrome browser, I captured this. In a bloody 4K. In a bloody 4K, yeah. Now you're going to say, but okay, Mr4K, now you're being an asshole. Why are you being an asshole? The reason I'm being an asshole is because it pisses me off that there's companies out there who are not willing to give, at least once in their life, to give one credit to some companies who deserve it. I have criticized Google Stadia when the criticism was due. I have criticized Phil Harrison when criticism was due. But when the credit is due, I give them the credit. Why can't everybody do the same? Why can't you give Google Stadia credit when the credit is due? That's what bothers me. That's what ticks me off, man. Is that they can give a credit when credit is due. You think Yongya will give a credit? I guarantee you, even if Google Stadia becomes successful next year, guess what Yongya is going to say? Guess what Yongya is going to say? Yongya is going to say, okay, so now after a year and a half, it's better late than never. But I believe it's still too late. We have Xbox One X, Series X. We have PlayStation 5. I think having Google Stadia now, it's obsolete still. So I don't know. I think it's obsolete to even have Google Stadia at this point when you have Series X, when you have PlayStation 5. So Yongya, through his politics and through his way of thinking, is going to find a way not to give Google Stadia any credit ever. Because he hates Google Stadia. Because he hates Google in general. Same thing with that Dreamcast guy. He's going to say, all right, it's better late than never, but it's still obsolete. Why would you go with Google Stadia when you can just go ahead the X Series X and PlayStation 5? This is their mindset. I know how they think. I know Yongya better than he knows himself. I know Dreamcast guy better than he knows himself, and I know Digital Foundry better than they know themselves, and I know you guys better than you know yourself. Call it a gift from the universe or whatever. But I can read people. And what bothers me about these individuals is the fact that they're never going to give the credit when the credit is due. There you have it. No, I purposely did that. I purposely used a photo from inside the game, and I purposely adjusted her to laugh. But she does. She's happy. I mean, look at all these photos that I took, man. Look at this one. This is all in-game. In-game. From a Chrome browser. Yes, thank you, Rodriguez Rivera. Another great point. Another great point. They don't talk about how fast. Well, here, let me show you how fast it loads up. Here, let's, for example, let's go over here. Let's go to, forget Destiny 2. Let's go to Grid. Let me show you how quickly Grid loads up here. Let's play Grid really quick before I end this live stream. Let's go and play Grid. Let's go play Grid. And you'll see how fast it's going to run. You can't do this on your console this quick, this fast. You can't. On your console, you gotta wait for the updates. It's gonna prompt you for the updates. Okay, you have to update, wait for the updates, sign into the codemasters.com. What's your username, what's your password, sign into the Codemasters. Codemasters needs to verify it, and then your Xbox Live needs to verify it. Now you can continue to download this, whatever, 20 gigabyte update. Go ahead and watch a, whatever, Castlevania episode from Netflix for half an hour till we patch up the update. That's consoles for you. While on the Google Stadia, here I am, good to go. Good to go. Good to go in 4K. Right there. 4K. 4 freaking K. Yeah. Boom. 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 Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that, my friend. Go easy, listen, guys. Go easy on the Richard, man. I went too harsh on the fucking guy, man. I think I just went too harsh after him. But you know what? It's well deserved. You know what, man? I didn't go harsh on him because everything I said is true. Everything I said about Richard is true. Prove me wrong. Prove me otherwise wrong. I don't know, but everything I said about him is true. Here we go. 4K and 60, ready to go. But how do we know that it's 4K? Well, maybe it's not a 4K. We don't have a Hubble telescope. We can't tell. Mr4K, there's no Hubble telescope here. I can't see the raindrops. You're lying to us, Mr4K. You are lying to us. Yeah, I'm lying. There's no 4K here. 4K doesn't exist. And look at this. Look how quickly I can exit. Check this out. Exit. And go hit, let's say I want to hit, for example, Metro Exodus. Boom. Just like that. Hit the Metro Exodus. Good to go. Really fast. Don't have to wait for any updates. No need for any updates. I'm good to go. There I am. It's all done for me. It's all taken care of for me. There we go. But wait. Xbox Live and PlayStation, it's prompting you to download the updates. There are new patches updates. They're about 20 gigabytes. Would you like to stay offline or would you like to stay online and download these updates? We recommend that you download these updates before you start this game. Please exit this game and download these big, large updates. There we go. That's it. Look how quickly I can do this. How quickly I can just start the game. Boom. I can, guys. I gotta go. I just did like a short 2-hour stream. I gotta get running.
Looks like after the war they created a veritable technophobic cult here.
I already played Red Dead. I already did it yesterday. You can check out those videos. You can check out my previous videos. But right now I gotta go. I don't have time, dude.
The cultists have been keeping imprisoned here. I managed to give them the slip. Luckily, I was able to avoid excessive casualties in the process. Katya mentioned an engineer called Crest, who's hiding from the cultists in the port. He could help us
Artyom.
across the bridge.
Artyom.
Now seems to be a good time to pay him a visit.
Yeah, if you guys want to check out the Red Dead Redemption, it's there. just go and check out my previous video. I have a couple of 30-second direct capture videos from a Red Dead Redemption 2 playing on Chrome browser in 4K, and it was captured through Chrome browser in 4K. Those videos are there if you guys want to check them out. They're all there. Wait a minute. Let me get my magnifying, hold on. My magnifying scope. Here we go. Something's not right here.
Well, it's your vid, man.
Something's not right here. Hold on. I'm not seeing well. This moon doesn't look legit. This moon doesn't look legit. It's a very soft moon. Let me examine this car, the textures on this car. They don't look very detailed. They looked burnt out. I don't know. And we need to zoom in. We need to zoom in. See, these textures are terrible. We need to zoom in. There we go. Hold on. These Cyrillic letters, Russian letters, they don't look very sharp. So therefore, we don't recommend that you play on Google Stadia. This is not very sharp. This is just terrible. Please do not play it. And don't use the mouse and keyboard. For the love of God, don't use the mouse and keyboard. Because if you use a mouse and keyboard, it's very slow. It is like so slow. I mean, it's like driving Miss Daisy. This is super slow. Look how slow it is. But that's okay. We can adjust it. We can go and check the options in here. Go to the game options and hold on. Controls. Keyboard, mouse. Sensitivity is too high. Hold on. There we go. That's better. See? Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at this. It's crazy. Oh my God, it's Richard. From Digital Foundry. There he is. Oh shit! I better run. They're coming to get me. Well, there you have it. I can exit the game before they even get to me. So there's your Google Stadia. There's your Stadies. There's your Stadies. There's your Stadies. All right, guys, I gotta run. Well, there you have it. You know, look, man. I gotta give the credit when the credit's due. And being able to play these games in 4K, being able to play such a very high demanding game like a Doom Eternal, brand new, very highly demanding game, Doom Eternal is gonna cost you probably 2070 Super to play it, extra memory RAM, a new CPU. It's going to cost you money to play it on the PC. It's going to cost you $500 to play it on the Xbox One X. On a Google Stadia, you can play for $130 with a $10 a month subscription, with a 3-month free subscription ability. On a Google Stadia, you'll be able to play it for cheaper. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to say anything about that. Nobody wants to talk about that you don't need to have a hard drive space. You don't have to buy an additional 7 terabytes Seagate hard drive space for your PlayStation and your Xbox. No one talks about that. No one talks about how much of these updates take so much space on your hard drive. No one talks about the loading times. No one talks about that either. You know. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. You know, again, I just call it the way it is, man. That's the way I am. That's the way I look at things. You know, I don't throw softballs. I throw straight hard balls for you to catch. Why? Because the straight hard balls that I throw at you, they're the hard balls. They're hard balls of truth, and that's what they are. They're the hard balls of truth, and hard balls are better than soft balls, in my opinion. All right, guys, I'm out. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I gotta go. It's been a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thank you all for stopping by. Later. Okay? And don't forget, Doom Eternal is just around the corner, man. It's just around the corner. Can't wait, bro. I really can't freaking wait. Have a good one, though. Take care.